Rev up your engines!
Well, another electric car company bites the dust. Fisker, the electric vehicle company, filed for bankruptcy and they're selling all their assets because, of course, no one wants to buy them. Regular companies are losing enough money. Ford, GM, they're losing billions a year building electric cars. Why on earth would they want to buy a failed electric car company, right? Now, the straw that broke the camel's back was they burned through all their cash in order to deliver their Fisker Ocean EVs to the United States and Europe. They had to do something, right? So they spent all the cash they had on hand to deliver the cars. They got nothing left, and now, down the toilet they go. Now, a big company like Ford, I just read an article, claimed that they're losing $100,000 on every electric vehicle that Ford sells. Right? Big company, right? They can afford to some extent. Even then, they're worried about it. A company like Fisker that started up, now, down the toilet they go. They go bankrupt. Nobody wants to buy the company. Who in their right mind would buy an electric vehicle company these days, right? So now, Fisker joins Proterra, Lordstown, and Electric Last Mile Solutions. They were all companies that went bankrupt because they used the cash that they did have to try to build vehicles to deliver, but it was too little too late, and down the toilet they go. And to top it all off, the few cars that Fisker did make were under investigation by U.S. regulators for discrepancies, so they were attacked on all sides here. Mr. Fisker, that's what they named it after, right? Megalomaniac. My Fisker car's named after me. Yeah, well, they went down the toilet. Maybe you should follow them. Here's what he says. Like other companies in the electric vehicle industry, we have faced various market and macroeconomic headwinds that have impacted our ability to operate efficiently. What a line of horse manure. You built vehicles that people don't want. They didn't buy them. You didn't make enough of them, and now it doesn't exist anymore. Here's a quote from him. After evaluating all options for our business, we determined that proceeding with the sale of our assets under Chapter 11 is the most viable path forward for the company. They're selling everything. That's not a forward path for the company. It's the end. You know, the money pit is now being filled in, and it won't exist anymore. Now, the funny thing is, you can see the handwriting on the wall. In 2023, Fisker made over 10,000 vehicles, but they only delivered 4,700. So they sold less than half of the ones that they made. Nobody wants these things, right? So another electric car company bites the dust, and I say, good riddance. Electric cars, the solution to a problem that does not exist. They create more problems than they solve, right? And they're starting to fade away. They're not efficient vehicles for building. They cost too much. There's no infrastructure. There's so many things wrong with battery electric cars. Make your head spin, right? And all these idiots jumped on the bandwagon. Electric cars, now the wheels are falling off. And we find out that, yes, indeed, it looks like it was a pretty stupid idea that didn't have anything vested in reality. And the fantasy is starting to fall apart now when the rubber hits the road and they're finding out, God, people don't want to buy these things. They're not well made. This particular company was under investigation by the government for safety regulation stuff on the cars. So, I mean, let's face the facts. Electric cars, not ready for prime time. Well, Kia now has a class action lawsuit that they settled about their engine blown up. And of course, there's more lawyers involved than you could possibly shake 1,000 sticks at. So there's probably so many rules on what you can get and how you get paid. Now, it covers all these and even more of Kias. Just Google Hyundai engine class action lawsuit settle and you see all the different specifications they have. Theoretically, they'll give you money, they'll pay you if you had an engine changed or if you sold the car and lost value. They're supposed to make the differential up, but we all know how that crap goes. When Ford did that one with their dual clutch automatic transmissions that went on in Fiestas and a bunch of their other cars, I had customers with them and they offered them peanuts. They'd say stuff like, we will pay anywhere from $1,500 to $25,000. And of course, they always offered $1,500, $2,000. So if you had sold one of your Kias because the engine blew up, the probably offer you, $500 or something. Then they say they'll give people $150 good faith. Yeah. If I had a county engine blow up and they offered me $150 for good faith, I'd tell them, I'll give you good faith. Yeah, they settled the class action suit. But if you owned one of those, maybe you could get a little bit of money out of them. Check it out. But take my advice. Just don't buy the stupid things in the first place. They don't make them very well. They don't hold up over time. Who wants to get involved in legal crap? You want to buy a car for transportation to get you safely from point A to point B for years and years and years. And if that's what you want, don't buy a Kia or Hyundai. If you end up in court over the car you bought, let's face it, not good cars, not a situation most people want to be in. Well, it seems endless, and maybe it will be. The Tesla Cybertruck, now they've canceled some deliveries because their giant windshield wipers aren't working right. Now, if you saw, they got these weird windshields, so they have these humongous one wiper system. You know why cars have two wipers? Because if one breaks, maybe the other one will still work. It's a backup, right? Well, these only have one. Now, the stalk that holds the wiper is 62 inches long. I mean, it's like as long as a man. And the blade itself is 50 inches long. And there's all kinds of reports of the motors failing in them. Yeah, real quality control, old Elon. People on them say, hey, these wipers have a mind of their own. They stop in the wrong position and sit there. One guy had one. Here's what he said. I had to sit in a Dunkin' Donuts for 3.5 hours and called Tesla roadside assistance because they couldn't see it was raining so hard. They took it to the service center, said it'd be a few weeks before the wiper motor could be replaced. If you don't understand, I have to keep telling people, Tesla makes vehicles, they don't make spare parts. Almost all of their stuff is made to build the stupid cars. Something breaks, they don't have spare parts available. They're using them all to build the vehicles that they're building. When they do break, can you imagine a regular car? Let's say the wiper motor breaks on your Ford, right? Go to a discount auto parts store, buy the motor, put it on, away you go. No. Well, it's going to be weeks. They don't care about their clientele. You'd think they'd have an infrastructure where each dealer's going to have a few spare parts. No, it doesn't work that way. Since there really is no true dealer network, right? They just sell them direct. There's people who work on them, but hey, if they can't get spare parts and they cost a fortune, they're not going to have them lying on a shelf. They're going to just say, okay, it's going to be 3 weeks before you get parts. I've seen people wait months to get parts for Teslas, especially if they get in an accident. Think about that. You get a car in an accident. Gee, it's going to be months to fix it. So not only did they recall a bunch of it because the accelerator pedal's stuck, well, now the wipers don't work, and you're out in the rain, and there you are, stuck. And let's face the facts, wiper motors are electric motors, right? You'd think at least one thing the guy could make in Teslas would be electric motors or electric cars, but I guess not. That's asking for too much. Check it out. Radical new magnet without rare earth metals is going to change electric motors forever. They always come up with these things, right? We don't need rare earth magnets anymore. We'll make our own. These things are so in the beginning phase, right? This was done by artificial intelligence in a UK company that claimed they developed in 3 months, a magnet doesn't use rare earth metals at all. And it's 200 times faster than normal. All these laboratories, and they're, here's what we have. Let's wait until they mass produce these things, right? Not make some one little toy motor. Oh, look, it's radical, right? It's 200 times more powerful, blah, 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 blah. They give all this horse manure out. Then when it comes to the real world, they either can't build them, or they're not 200 times as powerful, or they break all the time. Now, if you want to follow up more, it's very interesting technology. It's a British company. It's called Materials Nexus. Now, they claim it took AI, artificial intelligence, 3 months to design a rare earth metal-free permanent magnet. And they claim it can be produced at 20% of the material cost and a 70% reduction in material carbon emissions compared to rare earth magnets currently on the market. Yeah, they always give you these glowing things. Some experimental thing, right? They haven't mass produced. Notice the use of the words may. They're always coming up with these things and they act like it's a done deal. It's not a done deal. Nobody's making car motors out of this stuff yet. Look at all the people that kept saying, we got solid-state batteries, solid-state. They still don't have solid-state batteries for cars. You can't bet the farm on something that doesn't exist. and say, here's a radical thing, it doesn't pollute much, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's get cars, have these motors in, and have them run and drive around and see what happens. And to make it even more hilarious, they're bragging about AI, artificial intelligence did the whole thing, la, la, la. All I have to say about artificial intelligence is it's called artificial intelligence for a reason. It's artificial. It's not real, right? It's just computers, right? And as the saying goes, garbage in, garbage out. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of artificial intelligence, right? Hey, all I have to say is be leery about what artificial intelligence tells you, because half the time it's total nonsense. And then people start believing it because, oh, AI said this is so. Question things. Don't accept what people just throw out at you. It's here comes the savior, right? No, it doesn't work that way. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.